Welcome to season 2 of 13 Days of Frightful Fragrances, where I unbottle the mysteries of perfume history. Day 1, the perfume collection of a tragic starlet. Thelma Todd was the biggest Hollywood star that you never heard of. A blonde bombshell before the likes of Jean Harlow, she was a quick-witted comedienne who lit up the screen. With the Marx Brothers and Buster Keaton, and one of the few silent era stars who actually made it once the sound came in. They called her the ice cream blonde and hot toddy, nicknames that tell you everything about her mix of sweetness and spark. Now, if you've ever got an afternoon to kill and love a good rabbit hole of old Hollywood ephemera, dig into Photoplay magazine. It was like Variety meets the Hollywood Reporter back in the day. And in the November 1934 issue, I found a photo of Thelma at her vanity with an absolutely gorgeous perfume collection. And in this little sidebar beside her picture, the writer gushes about her love of fine fragrances. No need for Thelma Todd to tell you of her weakness for perfume. Here's Thelma in her nasal test laboratory representing hundreds of dollars in rare perfume. Can't you include us all in your testing party, Thelma? But what was meant to be a cute puff piece ended up marking the start of a terrible streak of luck. A few months after that article ran, Thelma's home was burglarized and the thieves made off with her entire perfume collection, worth between $2,000 and $3,000, a huge sum at the time. The robbery was so sensational it made national news. So here's one blurb about the theft, and then this response just shows you how people in the 30s were just as much of trolls as they are today. So it says, worse crimes have been committed. Sir, will the thief who stole Thelma Todd's perfume be arrested on a charge of fragrancy? Hardy har har, J.V. Grady. But that wasn't the end of her troubles. Not long after, Thelma was found dead in her car, parked in the garage of her business partner and lover, who happened to live there with his wife, also an actress. Her death was ruled carbon monoxide poisoning, but Hollywood buzzed with rumors. Was it the jealous wife? Was it her ex-husband, who later would marry Gloria Vanderbilt? Or was it something darker, mob retribution? Thelma Todd was just 29, and her mysterious death, unsolved to this day, became one of Hollywood's first great tragedies. But let's zoom back in on that perfume collection for a second. The bottles are hard to identify. Many are decorative vanity flacons, but one is unmistakable. Here in the very back, that is Guerlain Shalimar. Over here, the pointy top, it looks like it might be a Chiro Reflection. Over here, obviously Chanel could be number 5 or number 22. Okay, right over here might be Guerlain Vol de Nuit, but again, hard to tell. Right here looks like a Jean Patou, either Joy or 1000. And then the other one that I was like, maybe in the back, it looks like possibly a Guerlain Factice. And then right here, I think that's Bella Doja by Karen, but again, it is really hard to tell because this is not a high-res photo. Regardless, you can practically smell the 1930s glamour trapped inside this photo. And in the end, Thelma Todd's love of perfume feels like the perfect metaphor for her short, glittering life. Beautiful, fleeting, and gone too soon, leaving only a whisper of something sweet in the air. All right, join me tomorrow for day 2 when we'll take a look at the scent worn by Dracula himself. And if you can't wait, check out the playlist below for last year's 13 Days series.